Electric type Pokemon are among some of my favorites of all time, and I almost always have one on my team. There's plenty of great ones to use like Jolteon, Vikavolt, Ampharos, Raichu, and Electivire. Only having one weakness, or in some cases, no weaknesses, is always great. The average electric type is a fast, special attacker. In fact, the fastest Pokemon ever is electric in Regieleki, and Xurkitree is the second highest special attack of any non-Mega. In the main games, there are only 2 electric type Mega evolutions, but here in Emerald Elite Redux, 5 new ones have been added, with new abilities, each having 4 at once. You can only have 1 per team, unless in permanent Mega mode of course. So in this video, I will go over each of them to find out which electric Mega evolution is the best. Starting with the worst of the electric megas is Mega Luxray. Mega Luxray is one of the most requested megas of all time by the fans. Another thing they always request is that they make it a dark type, which it is. Unless it's that Luxray from the I Choose You movie, eh? Ghost Electric might be a better fit. Its stats are nothing too crazy, but its attack has been raised to 143, as well as its speed being 104, which isn't the greatest, especially in this game. Its abilities try to help with this, but barely. Shocking Jaws adds a 50% chance to paralyze any Pokemon with a biting move. It gets all the biting moves, including the new ones like Iron Fangs and Jagged Fangs. Crunch being stabbed and having the chance to paralyze is nice. Paralyzing a Pokemon can help mend Mega Luxray's speed issue, but it's like using an Oran Berry on a Pokemon that's in the red. It's not going to save much. Speaking of HP recovery, its innate Jaws of Carnage will give it a good chunk of HP when getting a KO, consuming half the foe. Can help it stay alive a little longer. Fairy type Pokemon can be scary because of its dark type, but Fey Hunter gives it 50% more power on fairy types. Its final innate, Merciless, brings its power up by guaranteeing critical hits on paralyzed, poisoned, or speed reduced foes. So if a teammate sets up Toxic Spikes or a Sticky Web, Luxray is gonna feast. All this doesn't save it though as the worst electric Mega evolution. It's just not strong enough a lot of the time, and its speed just doesn't cut it. It's not really that bulky, so it's not like it can stick around for long to set up or do anything. Maybe on the right team it can shine, but without help, it struggles. At number 6, following up the electric cat, is the electric dog, Mega Manectric. And I just want to say, I don't know why people hate its design so much, but I think it looks sick. It was an okay Mega in the base games. It was a solid Volt Switch user, especially with its speed, and Mega Manectric's speed is even higher now with 155, while it still remains at 135 special attack. Physical attack was raised by a lot, but you probably won't be using it. Before Mega Evolution, base Manectric can help improve this Mega's power because of one of its abilities, Generator, which on entry lets it use the move Charge. It's very helpful, instantly boosting its special defense by 1 and doubling the power of the next electric move it uses. A 220 base power Thunder is going to be difficult for a lot of Pokemon to take, but this is only a once per battle thing, so Volt Switching and coming back won't help. What it can be helpful for is Mega Manectric's Intimidate ability activating again. Having Intimidate can allow it to survive more hits while helping neutralize a strong attacker. Even though its speed is very high, its ability Volt Rush will give all of its electric moves +1 priority at full health. Using Charge Beam as a revenge killing move, then having its special attack be +1 can make it really dangerous. Not even ground types can just completely wall it out either, as it has Ground Shock, which removes ground immunity. It's not very effective, but at least it's something. Unlike what it does to electric types, thanks to Overcharge, making its electric type moves super effective against electric types and gives it the ability to paralyze them. The reason I have Mega Manectric so low is that it just doesn't have the power a lot of times to get KOs, especially without the charge boost. After it takes out one Pokemon, its defenses leave it vulnerable, and the other electric type Megas just outclass it. Coming in at number 5, fittingly, is a Pokemon with 5 heads, Mega Magnezone. Now, Mega Magnezone definitely isn't short on power with the highest special attack stat of all electric Mega evolutions with 165, as well as a really solid special and physical defense. Magnezone is another Mega that can have its power boosted even further by its base form. Thanks to its ability Download, it can receive a +1 special attack on entry. Then the fun can begin. Once it Megas, its Electric Surge ability activates, causing electric terrain to be set up, really boosting up electric moves and doubling rising voltage. It's not done powering up though. Thanks to its multi-headed ability, all of its moves hit based on the amount of heads it has. Unfortunately, this was capped at 3, but this still allows it to use Charge Beam 3 times, giving it a +1 in special attack each time. Quickly, the power has gotten out of hand and it can really start tearing Pokemon apart. All of this comes at a price though, with its ability Electric Burst, continuously hitting it with 10% recoil anytime it uses an electric move. The upside is electric moves are boosted by 35% and the recoil can't take it out fully. With Magnet Pull, it can come into a certain situation and get set up on steel types because they can't switch out. There's no doubt it's a really strong Pokemon, but it's on a timer and its low speed and lack of recovery means it won't be around for long. Water and Electric is such a fun typing and can make for a really strong Mega Evolution. Lantern is proof of this, having the highest HP stat of all Megas on the list with 125, as well as 116 in Special Defense. It's tough to get through, and with 126 in Special Attack, it's going to hit you right back. And if it's one thing tanky Pokemon love, it's reliable recovery. But when you can get it from its attacking moves, it's so much better. Mega Lantern gets the unique ability Hydro Circuit. Not only does this boost electric moves by a crazy 50%, this also gives all of its water type moves 25% siphon damage. Rain is set up on entry with the base form, so Hydro Pumps will be doing crazy damage, then healing itself back up. It can't be hit with either of its types as it's immune to both of them thanks to Storm Drain, turning water type moves into a special attack boost, or Volt Absorb, turning electric moves into HP. After setting up some stockpiles, the last thing you want to do is heal it up. That's not all, as it's also immune to Dark type moves because of its Radiance ability, causing all Dark type moves to fail. As a bonus effect, its accuracy is also boosted by 20%. So all the people scared of low accuracy moves can feel safe running Thunder and Hydro Pump. Although Parabolic Charge was upgraded in this game to 90 base power and is an electric move with 50% siphon damage, so that might be better to run. I really liked using Mega Lantern, and it's very easy to get into a situation where it's hard to get rid of and slowly picks teams apart. As we enter the top 3, all of these Megas are really good. But the Pokemon at number 3 really surprised me because it's not very good in the base game. Mega Ampharos is now a dangerous Mega Evolution to see. Its stats have not been changed as it still has 165 special attack and decent defenses, both above 100. But what makes it so good then? It's actually the only Mega on this list with 3 abilities to choose from, as well as 3 innates. Overwhelm allows it to hit Fairy types with Stab Dragon moves, Niche, but can be helpful. Dazzling, which will block its team from priority moves. Always nice to have considering how much priority is actually in this game. And lastly, Mold Breaker, allowing it to ignore abilities. To me, running this is ideal because it means the base Ampharos will have Electric Surge, and electric terrain is always appreciated. But how is it still top tier, you ask? Mainly its access to 2 moves. Tail Glow, which boosts special attack by 3 stages, so busted, and access to the move Shockwave. But Shockwave isn't a good move, you say, and you aren't wrong. In fact, it's even been lowered to 40 base power, but it's also been given +2 priority, which is super valuable on a slow Mega like Ampharos. If you can't see why this is a problem, just wait, it gets better. Thanks to its amazing new hairstyle, it gets the ability Fluffy, having contact moves, meaning it can get a Tail Glow off easy, and possibly even a second one. And giving it Transistor, which boosts electric type moves by 50%, it doesn't matter how weak Shockwave is now. No Pokemon wants to be hit by that. With Overcharge, even electric types can't hide. Mega Ampharos can become an easy sweeper. Its only problem is it can be shut down by ground types easy, but many Pokemon will fall to its Shockwave power. Maybe the biggest shocker on the list is the number 2 spot. The title of the second best electric Mega Evolution is Mega Dragonite. Mega Dragonite is really incredible, no way around that. If you give a pseudo legendary +100 to its stats, good things will happen. And the stats are wild, 159 in attack and over 120 in both defenses. Extremely difficult to take out in one shot, and it hits very hard. This is only made harder with its multi-scale ability active, having the damage of all moves when at full HP, meaning it's guaranteed to get a free Dragon Dance. Becomes super scary after that. The one thing that makes Dragonite one of the best in the base games is extreme speed, and thanks to galvanize, it becomes stab electric and has a base power of 100. That alone makes it extremely valuable. A move with that much power shouldn't have +2 priority. It gets better though. Thunder Call will trigger when using an electric move, and this means there's an 80% chance of using a 25 base power smite. So much damage is stacking. Speaking of power, it no longer gets locked into powerful moves like Outrage and Thrash thanks to Discipline. Fortunately, it can't choose another move, but if they send out a Fairy or Ground type, it's not a sitting duck. The coverage is amazing and can no doubt be the MVP of a team. It does have 4 weaknesses, and if any hazards are up, it can make surviving hits a little tricky, but all in all, it's gonna get the job done. So why isn't it number 1? Well, the best electric type Mega Evolution is Mega Feraligatr Y. This half Godzilla, half Reptar variant of Feraligatr is nuclear. Its stats are very similar to Dragonite's, a 130 defense, 115 special defense, as well as 159 special attack. It's really difficult to take out. Using grass and ground moves, which are its only weaknesses, are your best shot. Or is it? Well, if it survives, it'll be hitting you with a 55 base power stab electric hyper beam because of its ability Atomic Burst. And God only help you if you took it down to the red. If it used agility on that first turn, you're cooked. Berserker Rage will activate, which is 2 abilities at once, Berserk and Rampage. Berserk raises special attack by 1 at half health, and Rampage brings back the RBY mechanic where recharge moves don't need to recharge when they get a KO. You see the problem now? I hope you enjoy the 165 base power electric hyper beams, or the stab hydro cannons, which thanks to Riptide will be either 195 base power or 270 base power if its health is low enough. With some speed investment, and agility is all it takes for it to go crazy, or HP investment, it can live multiple hits and take out big threats. It can even be slow enough to work in Trick Room. I found Mega Feraligatr Y to be one of the most consistent Mega Evolutions on the list. Although it's very close, I think it's the best electric type Mega. All of these Megas can be good in the right situation, but I would say that the top 4 can really hold their own. But you let me know what you think down below and what you'd like to see covered next. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more. I will see you in the next one. Peace.